Hey there, my lovely collective. I'm getting ready to start your reading. This will be a collective reading. It is general, so please only take what resonates as always. If you need more specific information, do check your other signs, specifically your moon, rising, of course your sun sign as well, or your Venus. All right. Spirit, what do we have today for the collective? Let me shift this a little bit so I can take it back. There we go. Make sure everything is in view. All right. What do we have for the collective today, Spirit? Growth. First card coming out. What else? Boundaries. Okay. I love that card. That's such a big card of strength too. I feel actually riding a tiger. Oh, we have play. Some of you may actually be in a big growth cycle here. This could be in your partnership. This could also just be you, honestly, in a huge growth. Yeah, definitely in I don't know. I just feel like I almost want to say, so I'm just going to throw it out there because this is what I'm getting here, that two people could also be separated here and in some kind of growth process here. I do feel that somebody here has created some pretty strong boundaries here. This is a very powerful card to me. Look at that. All right. She is literally riding a tiger, and then that tiger seriously looks fierce here. Maybe something happened here where you felt like you had to put up some kind of boundaries with someone, but someone is definitely holding strong with those boundaries as well. Perhaps you put those up because you needed to be in this growth process, because you were looking for some growth within yourself, or going through some growth within yourself. I can't help but notice there's also a unicorn in that. So the growth that you're going through, I don't think is just about, I'm growing my money, my finances. I'm growing here on a 3D. I think that it's probably has to do with a lot of spiritual growth as well. This person is also surrounded with, obviously, a lot of magic here. Very magical here, I think, with a unicorn. But also just, sitting out in nature. I'm noticing here a lot of animals. You might be spending a lot of time here in nature. Yeah. You may be surrounded with animals, or maybe you just love animals, okay? This is also a card to me about really stopping and smelling the roses, if you will, okay? Taking stock of what's around you, really learning to appreciate life, appreciate all the beauty around you and within you. And then we have play and laughter. Very good. So maybe some of you guys are now, maybe you put up boundaries to some particular situation here to allow for some growth to take place. Maybe you guys are, and I feel like I want to say very quickly too, that some of you need to make sure that you're indulging more in play, in laughter, okay? Having a good time, maybe spending time with friends, or just doing things that really bring a lot of joy to your heart. For some of you, that is definitely your nature anyway, but I think all of us have that within us, and joy is certainly the ultimate creator, right? So you want to make sure that you're kind of staying in that vibration anyway. That's beautiful. Some of you have recently reconnected with someone is what I'm getting. I don't know if this is a friend or maybe some friends perhaps. Could also be a love interest. Wow. Let me see if I can grab those. Hang on one second. Okay. All right, so we have, look at this, death and rebirth here. I guess I'll put it right here. Feelings and emotions. Definitely have some kind of transition that is happening here within you or within someone else. I definitely feel like whoever I'm dealing with a reading for here has really stepped into their power, is feeling quite empowered within themselves right now, probably looking very good. Perhaps you've been taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, for sure. You could have been working on your body or simply working on your health. Certainly doing a lot, I think, for your emotional health too. I think you're feeling very strong. This is a very powerful card as well. So I do think that somebody here had to really set some boundaries here so that they could go through this growth of sorts, okay? And really begin to step into the fullness of their being here, okay? I'm definitely feeling someone here has a lot of emotions here about some kind of boundaries that you have put up. I also believe that you did that for yourself to really kind of protect yourself as you kind of went through this growth and really started to sort through maybe some things that needed to be left behind in a sense, okay? I definitely feel like there may be a situation that's coming here. If this is not just you going through a complete transformation, this may actually be a whole situation with someone else that is going through a complete transformation here, okay? If that is the case, of course, what we're seeing up here is that we have to bring more play, more laughter into the situation. Yeah, there definitely needs to be. I think that's been, honestly, I don't know if you've been separated or this could very well be brand new. Or maybe a brand new kind of falling out to some extent here. Definitely needs to be more play and laughter in this situation. Honestly, I think that you really, I don't know who I'm reading for here. I get a very joyous spirit though. So I think that that is really kind of how you thrive anyway. And so that's really important to you. And perhaps it's been a part of you, especially if you've been going through a strong spiritual growth period. And because you felt like you had to kind of put up boundaries towards either one or multiple people here so that you could go through that. Maybe that's something that's kind of slipped by the wayside here. Okay, it can kind of feel very serious sometimes, right? But now that you've been through this process here and you're really standing in your power, I think Spirit is definitely saying it's a time now for play. It's a time to kind of rejoice, be in laughter, have some fun, be silly, be goofy, be all the things that we generally are, you know, and just have some fun, okay? It'll make you feel a lot better. All right, so let me get some more context on this situation here. Yeah, somebody definitely in their emotions right now, though. This could also be, honestly, an indication to me as well. But see, it's falling right up underneath the boundaries. Whatever boundaries you put up may be creating a transition here. Okay, that's why I feel like somebody's in their emotions here. They're wanting to have some kind of rebirth is what I'm getting. Look at that. As I say it, we have the confessions card. So this may be someone who either you're out of touch with or maybe you're not having a lot of communication with, but somebody's going to want to start telling you how they feel, I feel. You may get some kind of unexpected message here, some unveiling of truth, if you will. This could be a friend. This could be a lover. This could be a family member, honestly. It could definitely be anyone, but it is definitely someone who you had to kind of protect yourself against, I feel like, at one time so that you could grow. Look at this. It says better off here. You know, the thing about all this growth that you've been in, it looks like you've really cleared your headspace, okay? The first thing on this card literally says happiness. We just talked about that. You have play, laughter, and happiness here. Okay, so I think this is really, really important for you right now. You may already be feeling this. You may already feel like you're getting back in that energy. Just trying to have a good time, really. Really enjoy your life. But somebody here may have also gained some more, I just feel like somebody here has gained some perspective on a situation as well. And honestly, for many of you guys, it could have been you. You may be feeling like you're better off, okay? Perhaps you feel better now that you've cut away from this energy. And again, this could be, mind you, you know, and this happens a lot with spiritual growth. I'm just going to let you guys know if you don't already, okay? People that, you know, they no longer align with who we are. And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes a lot of people like to stay in drama. If you've outgrown that, you're not going to want to be in drama. Okay, sometimes people are super negative and they tend to say a lot of things that hold us back. Well, obviously, you're not going to want to be a part of that. So there's all these facets that kind of come into play here. Bottom line is people who you are not aligned with or aligned with energetically will start to kind of just fall off and fall out of your life, okay? That's what the better off is about. You can see in this better off card, there's a huge, beautiful sun there in the distance, all right, that you're kind of following. I think you have perhaps gained a different perspective here that your happiness is paramount above all. And maybe you've had to put up definitely some boundaries with some other people so that you could get that growth of your own, go through that growth, and begin to really feel that, I think, within yourself. Really step into I want to say the true authenticity of who you are. Yeah, you've definitely been through a rebirth. Most definitely. Okay. Yeah, look at that. You may have definitely felt like, and this could be if this is with obviously some kind of soulmate. I didn't ask. I didn't do any specific intentions on this reading because I just want to let Spirit speak today. You know, it could have felt very depleting to you in a sense, very exhausting, okay, for you and perhaps even the other person that was involved here. Yeah, you could have been on that for a very long time too. It could have been quite a while for you that you've been kind of going through this. Perhaps you've been waiting on someone. Okay, maybe you've been waiting on someone for a long time. Again, I'm being called here to twin flame. So it could be twin flame or even a mirroring soulmate. All right. And it could have been very exhausting for you having to kind of wait or figure things out. Or perhaps you guys were having some kind of hiccups in the connection. You just couldn't get on the same page, and perhaps you just felt like, God, is this ever going to come together? Okay, also very exhausting with all that ping-ponging of your emotions, okay? Yeah, and it looks like through this growth, though, you know what it is? I really feel like you have learned to kind of release this. It's almost like you're really... So a lot of times people will say, I let that go, I walked away, I released that. But this is a genuine energetic release. It's not really a giving up. It's just saying, you know what, I trust you, universe, you take it from here. If it's meant to be, I'm going to let you bring that to me. And that is where the new perspective comes in. Incidentally, what you did here in terms of growing and really kind of stepping into your highest power, into your highest self here, I think you've also given someone else some different perspective here of your own. So I don't know if they're watching you, or maybe maybe it's just in your absence, okay? There's a saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Perhaps it has something to do with that, or it could have very well been something that you guys conversed about. All right, but somebody here is definitely wanting to send you some kind of message is what I'm getting here. I feel like it's somebody here that has a lot of regrets here, perhaps very disappointed about the way things have turned out. What do I feel like you've been going round and round with this person for quite a while? Yeah, as I say it, you have a clashing here. So there may have been a lot of differences here that created some clashing in your life with this other individual. Maybe some conflicts if it is one person. Okay, like I said, this could be a whole family. This could be a work scenario. But somebody here definitely has a lot of regrets here about things that they did not say. And so I'm being very drawn here to probably more of a soulmate connection. Or very well could be a twin flame. Look at this. Oh, yeah, somebody definitely regretting the things that have happened here. The conflict maybe that was created between the two of you. Maybe they made you feel like you guys were incompatible in some way. Or maybe they leaned a lot on the differences instead of on what you had perhaps in common, because I really think that this person felt like you guys had a lot in common. I think that they felt very good being with you, but I do think that you guys probably were mirroring, which is pretty normal, right? A lot of things within one another. All right, but now they're feeling a lot of the separation here. There might be physical distance between the two of you, okay? And maybe even since you guys were talking. So even if you lived close together before, perhaps one of you has actually moved, but they're feeling like there's an actual physical barrier in some way that lies between you. Now, I guess that barrier could be something else. It could very well just be emotional distance because someone has actually released the energy, okay? But there could be some other, I guess, practical barrier that they feel is in the way too that's creating space here. So if you know that your person may be with someone else or may be hanging on to past energy or to a past person, or maybe there's family. I do keep bringing up family. I don't know why. So maybe it has to do with potentially family members or someone else that are too involved in the situation that's created some kind of barrier between the two of you, and essentially distance here, because honestly, the energy I'm reading, you seem pretty good. All right, you definitely seem good. Even if you're not good in the moment here, I do feel like you've gained so much wisdom. You've grown so much as a result of this situation. So that, to me, would be a blessing. All right. So try and see that as a blessing here. Look at this. Ouch. We have resentment here. You know, I mean, I can look at this in two different ways here, but why do I feel like this person kind of resents you? Because you've pulled away from this situation. Oh, wow. I just heard you wouldn't hear me out. So I'm not sure what that's about. For some of you guys, that's not going to resonate with everybody for sure, I'm feeling. But some of you guys most definitely may have just slammed the door on this person, okay? You may not have wanted to hear them out. Perhaps you've heard the same song and dance over and over, and it was just time to really just let it go, okay? For those of you that does not resonate for, though, some of you may have also just moved on, okay? Or the fact that you could have also resented them due to something they said here. The card definitely says stinging words here, but my energy is focused more on this person for some reason. I want to say that this person feels some kind of bitterness or anger, maybe because you are pushing forward, maybe because you have taken all this time to really kind of, I feel like you've really kind of transmuted a lot of dark energy perhaps, and really moved ahead, and this person knows that. So I don't know if they know it because they know the same people as you, or because they're watching you, or maybe you guys are even talking to some extent, okay? But something here is letting them know that you're moving ahead in some way. So this may be for somebody who's actually out of the situation, or maybe even dating other people. Perhaps you gave up if you were waiting on this person to kind of catch up with you, certainly energetically. Especially if there's been no talking, right? So if there's been no talking here, that would make so much sense as well. All right, if they just left you kind of hanging for a long time, you may have just pulled away. Whatever it is, I feel some anger here. I definitely see that there's some bitterness as well in terms of that. Yeah, why? Because this person recognizes this is a spiritual connection, okay? Like we already said soulmates. It literally says that on there, okay? This is about a very deep love. I think this person is feeling that. Maybe they resent that as well. Maybe they resent that as well, right? Because that's not what they were looking for. I mean, you may not have been looking for it either. You know, when it comes to soulmates, when it comes to certainly twin flames, that's not something that is within our control. It doesn't matter how many conversations you have in the beginning about, well, you know, this is casual, whatever. I mean, honestly, can we really control feelings when they come up? Especially when it's something like that. I'm not sure that anybody is actually looking for it. It just kind of happens. We got to roll with it. All right, so whatever it is, I think that they're really feeling that, okay? Maybe the fact that they actually did not recognize that at first, and maybe they thought because of that, maybe due to that, feeling this deep love, whatever, or even knowing that the two of you could have been very, very much so soulmates, maybe they thought that you would wait. Somebody definitely feels like you were giving up on them. I'm just going to let you know. That's what I'm seeing here. They're also seeing you in some way, shape, or form in your power here. What does that bother them? I'm curious why that bothers them. I think a person would want to celebrate that, you know? Let's take a look. Tarot. Spirit, give me this person's energy for my collective, please. Okay. This person's energy for my collective, please. By the way, I did not put out any intentions, but we can obviously see that this is going towards love, so we're going to flow with it. Person is stubborn as hell, I know that. You may know this person from work, for sure. But they also could just work a lot, okay? They could be putting a lot of their focus here on work, certainly working on their pinnacles. Trying to get on top of their game here, I feel like, with this Emperor. This might be a person in a place of authority at work, too. They could be a business owner or just in authority. Look at this, yeah. Person is really feeling the love though here, and maybe this person is also trying to practice some self-love too. It would be good obviously if they've watched you make some changes, because maybe they're also trying to pour a lot of love into themselves as well, so that they can heal and change and kind of catch up. Maybe that's where the resentment is coming from. Okay, perhaps they want to catch up. Honestly, did you guys have an argument? I mean, I'm wondering now if maybe you said something. Maybe your last conversation perhaps was saying something that really kind of sent this person into a tailspin. Could have been true, okay, but for some reason, maybe they walked away, or maybe they stopped talking, or maybe they felt like there was a disconnect due to that. Flip up the energies as they need to be. The bottom line is this person understands there's a lot of deep love here, and I don't think I definitely don't know that they understood the depth of it. I do think that they knew that they cared about you deeply, possibly even loved you. I just heard, how did this happen? Okay, they didn't expect this. They didn't see this coming, and I'm feeling like a lot of you did not either, though. Look at this. We got the Ten of Wands here. This is this person's energy. They are very, very weighted down, I think, by this situation. You know, we already saw that there was a distance barrier here due to the separation, some kind of distance, physical or emotional. I think they feel very weighed down by this situation, by this separation in a sense, by the fact that they're feeling like a lot of you guys are just moving on, at least energetically here. Now, real or perceived, this is obviously coming from this person. It doesn't mean that it has to be 100% what it is, but that's definitely what I'm getting here. This person is certainly one that, you know, it's funny that they're actually coming in of this knave. So they're basically coming in as the Page of Pentacles here. They may actually think about offering you something. Notice here that we have a lot of cards here. Actually, no, we have two here, it looks like, of Pentacles, but also of control. Okay, this person, wow. This person definitely likes to stay in control. That's for sure. But I do think that they're really trying to give themselves a lot of self-love. I don't think they're really good at that, honestly. Maybe this is the person that doles out their energy to a lot of other people here. Maybe they could feel very depleted here and obviously overwhelmed. And maybe they're not used to really giving that attention to themselves, not in the right way, not in the appropriate way. So they're learning from you, I feel, in some respect here. Maybe they're reviewing some of the messages that you guys have had before, the conversations, or maybe they're just watching you. I mean, look at this. This is an owl with their eyes open here. I could very well view that. Look at that as someone that's really paying close attention. But the owl is also, you know, a very, very wise animal. So perhaps this person is gleaning a lot of wisdom as well. Definitely feeling all the feels is what I'm getting here. But I think for them as well, it's been very exhausting, this journey, and definitely what they've been through, whatever they've been through as of late. Because you are kind of coming through this situation, I tend to believe that this person kind of got into it a little bit later than you did. But the good news is, look at this. They have the High Priestess energy here. They're really tuning in intuitively. This might be a very gifted person that you're dealing with as well, and you could be also. All right, so they are definitely listening to their intuition now where they may not have been before. All right, they're trying to master something here is what I'm feeling. Get on their feet, feel more stable, feel like kind of they're at the top of their game here because they see you as a person that is really kind of standing out here. Maybe you are someone that's kind of at the top of your game, or you certainly present that way. All right, so they feel like they have to be just as stable in this situation here. Oh, I almost said to be competitive. I don't know where that came from. Hopefully they don't feel like they're in competition with you, but maybe that just means to kind of be on the same level here. I love it that this person is really tuning in here, intuitive, and they may be becoming more intuitive as well, okay? Starting to get messages of their own, starting to get more downloads here, become wiser, okay? Yeah, within themselves here, but they're ready to bury these burdens for sure. And I love it that that's the 10, because 10, of course, after 10 we always start over, right? 10 is the farthest you can go in the tarot, and they're ready to turn a corner here. So how does this person feel about my collective then? Thought we was going to get a good mixture here, but this definitely looks like love today. So maybe that's what's on most of your minds. Look at this. All right, look at this. How do they feel about you? Look, they feel like Maybe they feel like you're the wounded warrior, or maybe they feel like you're just going to be very guarded due to some past history that you guys have together. Maybe they wounded you in some way. Definitely feeling like you're guarded against them. All right, maybe, again, maybe if they're feeling that you've kind of walked away, perhaps they also feel like, you know, you're guarded against them. Maybe you're coming across that way. I don't really know. I don't know if you're actually in communication with this person, but I do know that they're watching you. All right, they're keeping an eye on you, maybe from a distance here. They're also using their, that's interesting. Okay, are you dealing with like a high priestess here maybe? I don't know. Okay, they're also kind of, I feel like maybe they're inquiring about you. Perhaps they are getting some kind of readings on you. Maybe they do readings, you know. But this person, I said a minute ago, I felt like this person may also be quite gifted. Maybe they're just tuning in intuitively. Maybe you guys converse a lot as well in the 5D. Okay, but they're really paying attention. I feel like they're watching you in any way that they're able to, even with the third eye. I pick up a lot more that way than I do certainly through any readings. But, you know, maybe this is how they're watching you. If you have social media, if you're in the limelight in some way, maybe you're on TV, I don't know, maybe you're an actor, maybe you're someone that they can just watch, keep up with, even read articles on. I'm not really sure, but they are definitely watching you, keeping an eye on you. Look at this. They definitely feel like you may be starting over, is what I'm getting from that card, okay? They certainly feel like you have obtained a certain amount of, like they feel like you're very stable, all right? You're a very stable person. I'm looking at the wolf here, though, even on this card. Maybe they feel like you're also just very clever, all right? You know, wolf usually runs in packs, too. So maybe you're very good about keeping the pack together, keeping the family together. Maybe you're someone that would obviously look out for them. Maybe they feel like you're very loyal in that sense and you're very dedicated kind of to that cause. That is such a strange message I just got from them, but maybe you've shown them that in the past. Yeah, because they definitely feel that about you. They feel like you're a leader, hands down. You have a strength. I feel that this person is not accustomed to maybe seeing with others. They've seen you kind of rise up kind of from the ashes here, okay, and rebuild yourself, rebuild your life, rebuild your whole stability here, all right? I think there's a lot of reverence in terms of how they're feeling for you. Maybe this person didn't see you. This is interesting. I can't even believe I'm about to say this. Perhaps this person did not always see you as an equal, or maybe they underestimated you is what I wish to say here. Yeah, that's definitely not happening anymore. In fact, I think what they're doing now is working hard so that they can actually catch up. You know, maybe that's where this resentment is too. This person didn't see you. Did you hide some things from this person? Maybe they didn't. Maybe you didn't hide anything. Maybe they just couldn't see who you were. And maybe you're also a person, I'm very much this way. I don't put everything out on the table. Definitely not initially, okay? So maybe they just didn't see you coming and now they're seeing different depths from you. But I'm also going to say it has a lot to do as well with you shedding a lot of the weight that was kind of holding you down, okay? If you've really kind of stepped into your authenticity, now they're just seeing a really a much better, higher version of you. And I think they're certainly reacting to it from what I can see here. They're just watching you, okay? They're watching you grow, glow, and really stabilize yourself in just such a beautiful way. I'm feeling like here. Look at this. Have the Six of Wands here. Yeah. This person is definitely looking for some kind of victory with you. And I'm telling you, this is also a card of people giving you accolades, okay? People recognizing you, people seeing you. You might have a lot of eyes on you. Again, you may be in the spotlight in some way. You may, honestly, you could just have like a YouTube channel. Or you could have, you know, your social media could be lit. I don't know. I feel like there's just, you're getting some recognition from something that you're doing here, and this person is definitely watching that. It's almost like they feel as though you're victorious, at whatever you do as well. So maybe they're watching you do a few things, and they're just feeling like whatever you do, obviously you are victorious. They definitely feel like you have a lot of eyes on you, though. I'm getting a strong vibe here, too, of maybe somebody... Is this person conversing with you, though, and you don't know it? I know that sounds really silly. Maybe they have some kind of fake accounts or something like that, where maybe they're sending sending messages or posting messages. Maybe you read those but don't know. Maybe you do know. I don't know. I'm getting a real strong hit on that. Yeah, look. Yeah, they feel like you, honestly, you may have actually cut them out. Maybe that is why they have fake accounts, or maybe you blocked them in some way. All right. But they feel like you are very much, you know, maybe you're coming across as very strong right now, very much so in your power, certainly very much so head over heart. You could have been doting, honestly, on them before, been very compassionate and loving. And it's not that you don't still have all that, but the way they're seeing you right now is someone who's very much so in your power. You may not be giving them any indication that you're wanting some kind of reconciliation. You just seem like you're very kind of straight to the point, certainly very precise in who you are, and even in the way that you're speaking. And I think that that is really what's standing out to this person. Maybe you, okay, maybe you have some kind of, what is that called? I can't believe I'm at a loss for words right now. Let's see. Like a podcast. Hello. Yeah, maybe you have some kind of podcast or something where they're hearing you speak. Or maybe, I don't know, something is making them feel like you're a bit guarded, though, even in the way that you speak here. Not that the Queen of Swords necessarily has to be guarded, but remember, we do have the Nine of Wands over here as well. I think it's just because maybe if you're normally very playful and fun-loving and very compassionate and stuff, and now that they see that you're just kind of about the business, maybe that's just simply their perception here of you. All right. And then we have the Knight of Wands here. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe I should do a rundown of these energies really quick. Regardless, I think what this person is feeling is perhaps, you know, obviously you guys may not be in communication here because someone is definitely feeling like they've been left out in the cold here. All right. Certainly with the Knight of Pentacles or the Knight of Wands here, you know, perhaps they feel like this was just a connection, or maybe you're going to look at them as just someone who was kind of in and out of your life that's only there really for the passion. Okay, they could also feel like you're a very passionate person, but perhaps you're not very settled. That's, I don't know why that's coming up here. The Knight, and the reason I say that is because the Knight of Wands is someone that's traditionally in and out. Maybe they feel like you're playing the field a little bit as well, or like you have multiple options. Okay, maybe they can also see your passionate side, but they can't really see that really softer side that you used to have with them in a sense. Maybe they're just not seeing that. They do feel like, I think you've started some kind of creative endeavor as well, because I feel like they feel that they see you being maybe very creative, but I also get really sexy. So what are you doing exactly? All right, that's kind of turning this person on here. Yeah, and they feel like they've been left out of the equation, whatever it is. Interesting. All right. So what, I just want to see what this person's next move is. What's this person's next move? Or what, let me just ask, actually. Let me clear that. What is the outcome here? Let me grab another deck, actually. Although I do love this new deck. I'm going to grab this one. This is a smaller one. So what is the outcome here in this situation? This person and my collective, please. Oh, okay. Got 3 cards, trying to jump here. Wow. We got 2 tens, 10 of swords, 10 of cups, and then look at that. 9 of wands again. All right, let me get a couple more. Got the 6 of pentacles. You know, the thing about this, I'm going to tell you something that I see very heavily in this person's energy, and I keep feeling that. That goes back to the anger and resentment here, okay? Somebody's going to have to let that go. That will keep you in a low vibrational space, whether it's you or the person that you're dealing with. It will definitely leave you in a very low vibrational place for certain. I just think it's them. I think they've watched you rise up in some way. I don't know how. You're going to have to figure that out. It could just be energetically, okay? And they're hanging on to some of that. They need to let that go, especially if they're trying to get to the space where you are, or catch up, I want to say. I don't know. Anyway, The outcome here is that something is definitely ending, okay? Maybe this is just a time of separation. Maybe this is the whole darn thing here, but I don't think so with the Ten of Cups right next to it, okay? This could be just a time of separation. It's getting ready to end. The feelings of feeling perhaps betrayed, maybe letting go of that energy that no longer serves you guys, that was in the past for many of the conflicts that you had, the energy of this ending, perhaps abruptly, or feeling stabbed in the back, or feeling betrayed. Perhaps that is ending so that you guys can actually come into some kind of Ten of Cups moment, if that's what you're wanting, okay? Maybe they want to have a family with you, all right? Maybe this is them, obviously, and I'm seeing this next to the Knight of Rods. So, you know, maybe this person does want to come in and actually show you, you know, that they are still passionate about you. If they were a player in the past, and for some of you that will definitely resonate, okay, I don't think they really want to be that. I think they've really been listening to their intuition here. I don't have any cards here to really indicate any kind of age difference or anything, but I feel like there may be. Regardless, this person is coming in as the Knight of Rods here. All right, so they could very well be a little younger, maybe a little bit more immature in terms of emotions, or one of you definitely could be here. But what I'm feeling is that what you have wanted the whole time, and maybe it just got too exhausting to where you said, you know what, I'm just going to lead this up to the universe. I got to let go and I have to move on because this is really dragging me down here. That is actually ending here, because I think you guys do want to move towards your Ten of Cups here, you know, complete and total happiness, ultimate fulfillment here, family, maybe the merging of two families here, getting back to passion, getting back to fun. You know, you guys may both be very charming. You could both be fire signs. We have two Sagittariuses here on the board. I need to really go through all the fire signs here for sure. All right, we have, yeah, and then we have more Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here as well. I see some Taurus energy as well. Let me see. Yeah, honestly, I think I see every sign, really. I see Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. I definitely see Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I definitely see every sign here. Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, I see some Pisces as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I think I said that before. A lot of fire here, too. We might actually have two fire signs. Doesn't have to be, but a lot of passion, perhaps, just in this relationship, in this situation between the two of you. I think that you're both wanting to get back to kind of giving to one another, okay? Maybe only one of you was given before. They could have actually been breadcrumbing you a little bit, all right? But certainly you want to get back to where it's just the two of you, where you're able to really kind of enjoy each other. So hopefully, I think this person is wanting to come to some kind of common ground here. Okay, they want to know that they're not in some kind of competition. They don't want to be competing with you. They don't want to be competing with others for you. All right, and I think that I definitely want to say I feel like that is reciprocated by you. You don't want that either. You don't want to be competing with other people for their attention, especially if that was the situation in the past here with this Knight of Rods energy. Okay. Yeah. Now we have a King here. Yeah, but I think you're going to be seeing maybe a different side of this person before, especially if there's a lot of emotional immaturity to begin with, okay? I think this time they definitely want to show up a little more stable, but certainly very passionate. The King of Rods to me is certainly a leader, somebody who goes after what they want, okay? Can be a little bit of a, I don't want to say a people pleaser, but they probably get a lot of attention, as do you, which we already saw here. So you may be both people who really... you might both get a lot of attention. Maybe it's in what you do. Maybe it's in how you look. Maybe it's both. I'm not really sure. But this person wants to show up for you is what I'm seeing. Really kind of take charge. Yeah, really kind of take the lead, I think, in this situation here. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe this person is actually growing too. Maybe they're growing too. But the biggest thing with them that I'm seeing that's going to end up creating some kind of issue here, or may create it, is if they do not let go of the resentment. And honestly, collective, that could very well be you as well. So please just take note of that. If that's you also that's really hanging on to that, you certainly want to make sure that you're letting that go. All right, I have the Empress card here coming out too. So You know, this is somebody that's going to be looking to birth something very new into this situation. Both of you here, okay, birthing something new, a new time, a new era together, whatever it is that you're planning. A lot of passion clearly here, perhaps some abundance here, certainly a lot of love here, emotional fulfillment. I don't think that you guys have been together for a lot of you in a while, but even if you have, maybe there's just been a lot of water under the bridge here, and obviously a lot of, it could have been just a lot of fights, several separations, things of that nature. I do think this person may have been a game player for some reason. Perhaps they were playing games. Again, that's just all immaturity, especially if there's an age difference. Maybe they were just playing a lot of games with you, it looks like. All right, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but whatever it is, whatever games it was, obviously now there's a lot of regrets for that. A lot of certainly disappointment here. And it says lost words on the card, so that just tells me that a lot of things that should have been spoken were not spoken. Maybe somebody clammed up, or maybe somebody just shut the door a little too soon. I get a very, very strong hit on the fact that somebody may have misjudged you. They didn't know everything that you represented or what you were bringing to the table, and now they've kind of watched you rise up. I get that over and over, so definitely going to hit home with a lot of you guys. All right, let me get some from Moon Magic. Moon Magic. Is that what it's called? No, Moonology. I'm sorry. Let's see what Moonology may want to say. Yeah, look at this. Don't let pride get in the way. Leo energy here. That's this full moon in Leo. We have Leo season currently coming up. You may be a Leo. They could very well be a Leo, but regardless, something may actually happen also around Leo season here. Yeah, that's the end of July going into August, but it's saying, you know, put your pride aside, obviously. That may have been an issue in the past too. Maybe you guys had some clashing and both of you were too proud to fix it, or one person was too proud to fix it, but it does say that communication is key. Now that says new moon in Gemini, and we're currently in Gemini season as well, okay? So maybe you're going to be receiving, that was actually the first card that came out if you recall. Okay, maybe you're going to be receiving some kind of unexpected message, and someone here kind of unveiling how they're feeling, and they're going to want to talk about things is what I'm feeling. All right. It is kind of crazy because I think it's been a long, exhausting journey for many of you guys, and some of you may very well be to the point here where you feel like, you know what, maybe this is best just to disconnect from the energy, and I do feel like some of you have actually done that. All right. All right. Yeah, look. Oh my God. Confirmation out of confirmation, or after confirmation here. It's time to release negativity. I'm telling you, whatever this resentment was, whatever these problems were that were between you guys, I'm not saying that you don't need an explanation or maybe even to talk about it. I think it does need to be talked about actually, but obviously just weigh that, you know, based on your own situation here. I'm not in your shoes. But it does say that if you want something to come of this, or even just to move forward and not to carry all this weight with you, it is time to release any negativity around this situation, okay? And then it says, bring love into the situation. Wow. Man, if you are not getting tons of confirmation, I don't know who is. I mean, look at this. Bring love into the situation. We know that love is the highest energy of all, right? It will transmute everything. So I think releasing negativity, learning to communicate with one another effectively, dropping the ego, and certainly bringing so much love into the situation can transmute all of this that has happened between the two of you. That's gorgeous. You know what? I'm reaching for another card, but I don't think I want to do anything. I might get some messages. This is such a clear-cut and gorgeous reading. I just don't want to taint it in any way. Spirit, what might this person like to say to my collective? I cut on old flames and I'm afraid to trust, and honestly, that could have been a big issue in the past here. They might have just been very reactive. They may have thought you were doing things that you weren't even doing. Or maybe you thought that about them too. I mean, I don't really know. Take it as it resonates. But this person definitely came into this situation. Both of you could have. All right, I don't want to let anybody off the hook here. Okay, I think it's important that we're all very much so aware of who we are, where we're at the current moment, and certainly being accountable for our own stuff. Okay, so maybe this person came into the equation with lots of trust issues. Maybe you had some of your own. Maybe there was lots of unhealed wounds from the past, you know, between the both of you. And obviously, if it's a divine connection, or even, you know, mirrored soulmates also is the divine connection. So maybe you guys just highlighted those wounds, okay? It could have created that clashing. This person, though, I think can be very obstinate sometimes in terms of their own belief systems. They're very headstrong is what I'm feeling. Did I just tell you that I cut on old flames? And look at that. Oh, old flames coming back around. Okay, there's definitely a recognition of that, I think, in the deep love here that literally just flew out. You saw it fly over the camera. It says, I regret how I handled things before. See, I just think it was a very knee-jerk reaction, whatever they did. Again, there could have been some stinging words here that were expressed, and maybe one person just didn't like it and they cut out and just chose to have resentment. Instead of communicating it through. You may have spoke some real truth to this person, honestly. If I had only known then what I know now, okay? That is that deep love that is felt now. That is that spiritual connection that they understand better. They understand that this could be soulmates. They understand that this is a higher level connection for sure. And I feel like they're wanting unity. All right. Hard to see things clearly, especially when we have a lot of wounds, right? We're always looking through, you know, the lens that we have at the time. And certainly wounds and trust issues and fears can really cloud our judgment. Look at this, though. This person is being very nostalgic about you. They might be looking at pictures, like I said before, going through some old text, you know, reading things very closely, and probably has given them a whole new perspective. Yeah, this person's in regret. That's the second time that card has definitely came out here. Regretting what they've done, or regretting how things ended anyway, perhaps how they handled things, as they stated here. Actually, this says regret too. But certainly regretting how they handled, I feel, the situation. And also letting it go, I think, this long or to this level. I actually got that in another reading, but I don't remember which one it was. Maybe Gemini or Aquarius. Perhaps you're dealing with one, or you are one. But it says you changed their whole direction. Again, this is something that came out of the blue and potentially for the both of you guys. And now whatever this person thought was their direction, where they were going, whatever they've watched you do, or whatever you have kind of taught them along the way, either directly or indirectly, and certainly the feelings that they feel has really changed their whole direction. They may be changing some things, honestly. They may be look at this, daydreaming. They're daydreaming about having a future, I feel like, with you, or what it may be like, okay? They could be changing some things, not only within themselves. All right, they may be healing themselves, but also, you know, they might be changing other stuff. If you live far away, maybe they're thinking about that. Maybe they're thinking about what it would be like to be near you. What would they have to do? Remember, we saw something up here about having some kind of obstacle, some kind of distance. Maybe they have to come to be with you. Maybe you have moved off, or maybe you always lived at some kind of distance and now they know that they would have to change that. Maybe if they did something for work, maybe they're wanting to change that. If you are a bit of a free spirit, like I was picking up here, a very happy soul, you may not really live by the constraints of, you know, what everyone else does. You might kind of, you know, do things kind of on your own terms and create the life that you really want. In essence, you're not just going to work, you know, a typical 9 to 5, something like that. Maybe they're seeing that. Maybe they really admire that, and you're changing some things in that. That could also be to belief systems, honestly. This person could have been deeply religious or something like that, and maybe they're changing their views even in terms of that. Starting to open their eyes a little bit more. And seeing things clearly, okay? I think they were very controlling in the past. I literally just saw that on the bottom card, but it says, I miss you more than you know. All right? Oh my gosh, look at this. I just spent 5 whole minutes talking about change. And we have the changes are real. Okay, so I think they're wanting you to know that they see your changes. They know that they are absolutely real. If they're watching you in some way, maybe they thought at first, I mean, who is this person? They're literally shifting right before my eyes. But now that they can see that, you know, no, this is who you are now. Okay, this is sustainable. This is where you want to be. And if somebody's not going to be on your level or come along on this journey with you, sharing in the same energy, because it is very important that that happens. You know, that they're going to get left behind in a sense. So they're definitely acknowledging that the changes are real, but I think they want you to acknowledge that within them too. I think you're going to see each other very differently, honestly. That's my feeling. Okay, my beautiful collective. Love, love, love this reading today. Very clear cut. Hopefully it will resonate with some of you. If it does, please don't forget to hit the like button. I will see you guys the next time. Bye, collective.